heart and ambition then triumph. Grand gospel talent on. See your dream come true, yeah, yeah.
So I said tenor should start from somewhere do. Then alto should come from where? Me. Then soprano should come from where? From deep saw to high saw. So it's okay. Are you ready? Okay, let's try with the guys first. Now when you are kind of this like orchestra kind of energy, that's your bass, as in do. 1, 2, go.
Do, re, mi, fa.
Okay, great. So we do 1, 2 on the top of my counting. That's when you land the next notes. 1, 2, 3, go.
Do, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Descend.
Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do.
For me, low. Yeah, 1, 2, go. Keep on.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol.
Descending. 1, 2, go.
So, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la, sol.
Other voice. 1, 2, 3, and go.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do.
Contrast can be used for what? Emphasis. You have just said we have tall and we have short. We have fat and we have small. All right? We have large number and we have small number. We have strength and we have weakness. These are contrasting situations. Contrast means things that are like almost opposite in nature. All right? Short and tall are short and tall are opposite. Fat and slim, opposite. So contrast is also a tool used by the choreographer to create emphasis. So you must look at that. Then there is something called focus. Focus is where you would want the eyes of the audience to go sometimes. Which is why there are some kind of things you do. Maybe you have been able to choreograph a dance and you are trying to suggest the rise of a new era. Yeah. If at the end of your dance you want to make a statement, you must make it a point of focus. And most of your focus should happen at the center stage. Because there are so many things you can use your moves to suggest. You can use your dance to talk about gender imbalance. You can use your dance to talk about emotional imbalance. All right? Every single thing that you would want to talk about or discuss about, you can use your moves to do that. I don't know if we're following. And these are the things we're going to be looking out for in this particular new dance. It is not about looking at the basics of how you did time and space and this one. All those ones will have to be fluid. That they will have to be mixed up inside the whole thing. But we must look at your psychology as a choreographer. We must look at your philosophy as a choreographer. We must look at your ideological leanings as choreographers. All right? The same thing, but we must see the different approaches, which shows that this was created by different individuals. So I wouldn't want to single out anybody and say, this group who choreographed the dance. No, I would say I would look at the group and judge 3 of you or 2 of you as choreographers. People coming on board and maybe walking using normal waka, where human being the waka to walk from here to here. That is not dance. That is not dance. That is acting. Even though you are trying to bring in drama into your dance, but it must be dance. Do you get the point? So I wouldn't want to. If somebody is rising from the ground, you don't just stand like a woman whose basket fell off the hand on the way to market and she's standing. No, you must have a step that brings the person up. All right. If we do not see these things in a dance, or we do not see some of these techniques we've talked about in your dance, or it was not well executed, you have not met the benchmark. Which is why there is a way I take my sessions. I try to tell you what I'm looking out for, and those are the things I'm going to look out for. Either your execution of it, or the absence of it. You may have it present in your stuff, but it is not well executed. Of course, it's still a problem. All right, you may have it, you may not have it at all. It is still a problem. So right now, what we are looking out for is how well you execute them.
Well, it is because.
Search for the answer.
Okay.
A democratic government that puts off the people and blah 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 blah. How can the place of one's birth be the cause of his death and debt? How? You tell me how. Well, I'll tell you how. You pick up again. You have given them the space to answer, but they do not answer because they are not part of the performance, and they may not even know how. Do you get the point? Yeah. But you must be in the moment to tell whomever that you have waited for an answer. How can the place of one's birth be? How can the place of one's birth be the cause of his death and debt? How? You tell me how. I will tell you how. You pick up again. Action.
Wonders they say shall never cease. And really, how can it cease? When we have political heads who constantly make sure they run a good show of selling well-fed crimes, injecting their lines with well-nourished fabrications that will cause a dog to think it's a dog. I can't imagine a better story to tell you than to tell you where I come from. You see, I come from a place where I've been told that democracy is government by the people, for the people, and of the people. But it is, in fact, a democratic government that buys the people, puts off the people, and forces them to commit evil. How can the place of one's birth be the cause of our death and debts? Please, tell me how. Well, I'll tell you how. It is because we have leaders who show no concern for the masses, but are only concentrated on their bellies. 2 tenors don't go down the drain in languishing and terror, and our eyes never clear or more. Bible myself talk and say, shall we continue in sin so grace may abound? Now I dey ask us as Nigerians, shall we continue to fear so tears may arise? See, we don't get bottled up for so long like Pepsi, but just like the Red Sea, it's time to open up, level up, let this sickening system of leadership be buried up. Enough of this high and low deceit. This seat of infiltrators must be flushed out. Look out for each other and seize this rising order of cultural diversities that has eaten deep into our minds and actions. This time, no distractions. Go get your PVCs, raise them up high like traffic lights. Let these politicians see we've taken back our rights, and there is no.
Raise them up like what?
Raise them up like traffic lights.
Okay, why traffic lights?
In the evening, we were summoned. Each and every one of us were here. So they had to call those that were on possible eviction. I was afraid because I thought I was going to be evicted yesterday night. Also afraid of others too, because we were up to like 5 standing yesterday. So at the point, I was free and I was happy at that moment of me being safe from the possible eviction. After everything, 4 were saved and my friend was evicted. That was Collins. I felt sorry for him because he has always been there for me since when I came here. Also the first person I met when I came here as well. We do write songs together. We always wake, he's always the one that always wakes me up anytime he wakes up early in the morning. We had things in common. In fact, it has shown me that things are always real. I didn't just expect that yesterday. I thought it was a joke. In fact, his disappearance was just like a film to me. So I've gathered myself now to be in the real competition now. So I've planned on how I'm going to win this competition.
Okay, about yesterday's eviction. Before we were called in, I was normal because we didn't know why we were being called. So when our anchor started calling up those who were up for possible eviction, that's when I started shaking. I was not up, but I had people who were up. And I believed it was a big time for everybody. So I wasn't tensed, maybe because I was not up, but my friend was, Anita. So I was just hoping that she made it through. So when eventually she was not up, before the time she was told that she wasn't up, Collins was called up that he would have been evicted. I really felt bad for him leaving, and he's really a funny guy and everything, so it was so hard. And he sings well. So I was not expecting him to be evicted. So when he was called up as the one that was evicted, I really felt, I felt confused because I was like, how? But it is what it is. So, and when the uncle was shaking the table, when she was scaring us up with the whole you are about to be and everything, I felt really scared because I thought Anita was going. So when she eventually didn't go, I felt relieved. And I saw other guys crying. I cried too because it was such a tensed up moment for me. And after, it made me drop down a lot of my emotions because I came here alone, yes, but I connected with Anita. So after yesterday, I decided to drop down the emotion a bit so that if tomorrow any of us is leaving, it's not going to affect me. My emotions will not make me drop my vigor or the strength I'm putting into the show. So I think that's all, and I'm hoping that nobody who is close to me or myself will be evicted or put off for eviction. Yeah, in a way, because Collins being evicted was a big blow for me. Collins was somebody I just loved the way he sings. So after he was evicted, I was like, oh, this is not just about singing, no. It's not necessarily about your voice. Might not sing that I've always known it was God, but it just changed how I viewed it. At first, I thought nobody was going to be evicted. I thought it was just a way to make us serious. But when Collins left, I said, no, this is serious. So it changed how I saw the show. It changed my pursuit of the show. It made me, let's say, more serious. I've always been serious, but no, I cannot go home. So I had to just sit up.
It got us on our way. We never saw it coming. Because Collins is this one funny person in the house that everybody aligns with. He's this friendly person, and then even when you're that moody or when he observes you're not fine, he persuades you to tell him what's your problem, and then you have no choice. Sometimes you might not want to share it, but the way Collins will pave his way into your heart, you will have no choice but to tell him that this is your problem. And the whole house were as shocked as well. Before then, we never saw it coming, like I said. We're all hanging out, having some 1 or 2 discussions, and then the call arise, and then we all assembled. Getting to the eviction ground, nobody ever thought it was still eviction, because we all thought it was going to be some 1 or 2 tax as usual. But no, that night was different. It was a cold night for every one of us. Yeah, before the tension arises, at first, nobody knows. Of course, nobody will know who is the victim. Collins was even not thinking he was the one as well. But he might have this fear. I know we all do have this fear in us that you might be evicted any moment, any time, because we are all up for evictions except for those who are not called out. So when we all heard Collins as the evicted contestant, we were shocked and we were sad for him, because we have shared 1 or 2 in common and then get to know ourselves. But I'm not too sorry for him, because I feel he met a family, as he said, and he has also learned. I myself have learned from Collins. Because he's basically in my category. He's a singer, and the one unique thing I like about him is that he focuses on anything he's doing. He has this focus. In as much as he's friendly or joking, he pays attention. Taking for instance the new tax we have, I can tell that I myself have been practicing and been rehearsing towards it very seriously. And nobody wants to joke with the game anymore, which is a very smart move for all of us. It has opened our eyes, and we are all now, I think we are more consistent now. And because of course nobody wants to be evicted. So I think this is also an encouragement and let me say a persuasion to all of us. We are just going to start it now. I think I myself am building a new strategy to it.
And I want to share my little experience about yesterday and the whole eviction process. So no one had any idea that it was going to happen and it was time for the eviction. They just called us to our meeting room to have dinner. Everybody was happy. We had no idea that was the last supper for some of us. So before we got the information from our captain that we need to meet at the chapel, and the moderator was ready. And anytime we see our moderator, we know that she's here to give us some kind of spicy bad news. So everybody prepared their mind and everything. We got here, and of course it was at night. We thought it was time to sleep, but it was at night, and she was really ready for us, and she gave it to us hot. She gave us suspense like no other. So we are part of the those that are up for eviction, the 5 of us. She asked us to stand up. She played mind games like I was just praying that can this just end? Can she just ask us to go home already? But she kept doing her thing, to the extent that she even asked some of us to stand up and start hugging our fellow competitors that it's time to go. She even asked one to take 5 steps towards the entrance, that she should go and pack her bags, and she was not even the one up for the eviction. So it was a very, very crazy experience. People have to leave for others to make it to the top. So that's it. Well, when everybody got into the house, we were told one thing: everything you know, drop it. It's what you'll be taught in this house that you are going to make use of. So that's my only strategy, because after going through eviction, I noticed that I didn't really listen to what we were being told and taught so far. I didn't really apply it. So I think the best strategy for any person in this house is to follow certain laid down rules and instructions. Listen anytime we have a class. Don't take those classes for granted, and apply it in any task given to you if you really know you want to survive and scale through in this house. So that's just the only strategy. And God as well. You need to pray to God, or else who else will you be praying to? All right. Today we were given a new task, and anytime we are given a new task, there will be lectures, and that lecture is what we need to apply. Whatever we were taught in those classes, that's what we are going to be applying in the new task. And I learned about shape, levels, the stage. I had no idea that this our very stage was divided into, it can be divided into nine places. So I just want to go and work. I don't really have much time, so I guess I should be going now.
Like everything was okay for me. I was just there, yes, expecting anything. So during the eviction period, I was called out and I stood her. I was like, Lord, I'm ready to accept any fate. Then when I heard that I wasn't evicted, that was when I felt the shock, like the intensity was now there. I was not like, God, this can only be your grace. So I don't know, I've been speechless since then. I don't know what happened, how it happened, but I just feel that it's God's grace that's actually keeping me in this house. After last night, if there's anything I've thought of, is like to put more effort, especially in any task that is given to me at any, like I'll try to put in my, because before then it's not as if I was not trying, but now it has actually got me on my feet. Like that's what I just made up my mind to like do, to like give in my best the more. We were actually given a task today and it was cool, like it was very fine. And I also love the partner who I'm duetting that particular song with. Though we are still trying to figure out how things are supposed to be put in place and all that, but I just love his vibe and everything. He's actually helpful, like there and that. So he's actually a good partner, yes.
Yesterday was the eviction in Grand Gospel Talent Hunt. Before the period of the eviction, everybody was outside in a hostel, catching up and having a good time. Then we got called up to come to the chapel. When we came, we are dressed and was quite all of a sudden the atmosphere and the temperature around everybody changed, because when we were told that it was the eviction proper, like the eviction time, the atmosphere around everybody changed, most especially for the people that were up for eviction. For me precisely, it was quite a little tense, or it was quite tense, yes, it was quite tense for me. Then we got the shock of our lives, and that was when Collins was evicted. We got a new tax today, yes. From our last performance, we got aware, or we became aware of the fact that we were not able to execute to our expectation because of the excesses that we wanted to bring in. We're not able to execute it. So this time, for this task, we are trying, because I personally learned that less is more. So we are trying to work less, but bring out more from the less.
It happened yesterday. Collins was evicted, but before then we were outside, we were playing, we were doing different kind of games together, and he was very, like, it was like the spotlight was on him yesterday during the game and everything. It was making everybody laugh. So at a point we were called into the hall where we were asked. First I was tensed. No, not really tensed. I was happy because they told us something eventful is coming up, and they're like, maybe they want to like warn us and everything, or tell us we have gone wrong. But the moment we got into this place, the tension just increased somehow. My mom told me eviction, but I was like, I feel it should be on Saturday or on a Friday. So the moment they said stand up, that is for eviction, in my mind I was like, no, it's a joke. Until they said Collins walk out. So sure. I was very angry. Because it was taking unaware. I was happy not really happy, but I was happy like a new tax is coming our way. That means we need to sing and show ourselves again. But to be honest with you, like the person they like gave me as a partner, I'm really not comfortable with the person because he seems totally different from what it's a tax, but it's difficult working him. It's totally difficult. Not because he's not willing to work with me, but the kind of songs he focuses on is totally different from my own line of song, and to blend in it's difficult. Well, I'm giving it my best. Hopefully today when we rehearse very well and listen to this.
So majorly we're just vibing outside. All of us were playing, singing. Those that could dance, they knocked some steps. Sure you get so until bam they just called us for another session. And seeing the hand call here already, I kind of had an idea that I shall not say I go hear the word eviction this night. Anyhow you want to be, I know say I go hear eviction. I had a belief that we would not go. I don't know why, but still, of course, I was a bit tensed that because coming all the way from Lagos here is not something that I just want to go home after a week. So I was really praying that God, I beg, just save us this once. We not go sin again, I beg. So I was praying deep down. So the whole thing came. Collins. Oh, it shocked me. I was not expecting it at all. Collins of all people, I was shocked, to be honest. I didn't even know how to think about it, because me, for a person, I've always put Collins in high esteem. That because of his voice, he has this voice, his breath control, different things. So I was really surprised that how far Collins. But sure now. Okay, well, after the eviction, we told ourselves that this should be the last time we will put up for possible eviction, because it was really like after 1 week we already up for possible eviction. How come all the way from Lagos, like so? But now that we understand the rules of the game and what our director has been able to put us through, so I think we are ready to work within those rules and work within that style and bring out the best in us.
Before that moment, we were all having a good time. We were all having fun, and all of a sudden we got a call, and everybody was seated, and the whole scenario changed. The whole atmosphere changed. There was a lot of tension. I myself, even though I was not among those that were nominated to be evicted, I was also tensed too, because seeing the whole drama, it created a lot of tension. And at the end of everything, I feel really bad. The thing affected everybody's mood, because everybody was cold. And afterward, I took a decision to work hard and put more effort to make sure I never experience being standing up or being placed in that situation. Yeah, that was my decision. From our last task, after presenting our last task, we
got some key points from there. And also today, even before being given our task, we got a little section of which we're being taught on some strategies. So I think working with those strategies and putting them into work will help me a lot.
Hey guys, it's your girl Ruth again in Grand Gospel Talent Show, House of Talent. So yesterday when the eviction happened, a contestant got evicted, and well, Collins was like, he was like, permit me to say, the clown of the house, because he was vibrant. Like, he made us laugh a lot. He had jokes. Even when he's not happy, you will still be laughing because he was just that guy. But then he was evicted from the house, and I miss him though. I miss his vibe, I miss his jokes, I miss his voice, because he was good and talented. And I just felt like maybe that was God's will. I don't know, but yeah, that was what happened for me. And well, I said to myself that after the eviction and everything that happened, I just felt like I need to, I don't know how or what made him go evicted, but I just told myself that, oh no, this is no joke. Like, I need to put more effort, and whatever I did that I didn't get nominated at the first time, I need to do it triple maybe, because I don't want to get evicted from the show. Well, today a new task was given to me by my instructor. And no more, hey God. I'm gonna be being shy, but I've started getting my lines already, and I've started putting my head in the game, because the last time I think my fault was I didn't start immediately. I was laid back due to writer's block and all of those excuses, but now there is no excuse, no play anymore. I've started putting my lines intact, and by the grace of God, before tomorrow, before I perform the task, I would be ready.
Immediately I saw the anchor, I knew something was going to happen. Like I said, like I said before, down my facing. So when we sat down, immediately as I heard those called up for eviction, please stand up. I was tense. But since my team, which is Salvation Dancers, we were not among, I was not that tense, but I was tense for others. And I felt bad for Collins. Yeah, I felt bad for Collins. He did well. It was a huge part of the GG Talent Hunt. So he just went like that. So he just went out of the house like that. So I felt pity for him. I felt tense for him. I felt everything for him. But no, I don't even have much what to say about him now. His situation is critical. That's it. Then this morning, it was a tough one, especially Biggie. Biggie couldn't sleep. No, so as I wake up this morning, like, when we wanted to have our prayers, nobody to sing for us, because God is usually the one that sing every morning before we pray. Nobody to sing. Then Shama was the one like singing, the voice, his voice, Shama's voice is not even good, all those kind of stuff. We actually missed Collins' presence. What has actually been going through my mind was, I have two things that just empower me and my group. Let me just say my group. The first word, is the journey has just started, because one has actually left the house. So I felt like now the real work is coming. You know that you newly came into the hostel, so as one of your people, the people you came in with, one has already left, so it's now the journey has started. And the other one is more hard work, more preparation. We put in our best effort to any task. People, the house has give into our group. We put in much effort, try as much as to do all our best and leave it for God to decide.
Bigger, art and ambition, then triumph. Grand gospel talent on. See your dream come true.